Hey everyone! Welcome back to Sustainability Living Studio L. Today, we're doing something super important, like actually important. We're talking about fashion and the environment. It's crazy how much our clothes actually impact the planet, right? Like, did you know that the fashion industry is responsible for a ton of greenhouse gas emissions? It's kind of terrifying, but don't freak out just yet. There are ways to make our fashion choices more sustainable, and that's what we're diving into today. I'm going to walk you through some awesome fashion carbon footprint calculators that are super easy to use and can totally help you make a difference. We're going to look at calculators for like everyone, whether you're just starting to think about your environmental impact or you're already a total eco-warrior. Let's get to it. Okay, so first up, we have ThredUp's Fashion Footprint Calculator. If you haven't heard of ThredUp, it's like this amazing online thrift store where you can buy and sell secondhand clothes. Seriously, check it out after this video. But anyway, they have this super simple calculator that takes literally like 5 minutes to complete. You just answer a few questions about your shopping habits, like how often you buy new clothes, where you usually shop, and how much you spend. It's so easy, even I didn't get bored. Once you answer the questions, the calculator spits out a number that represents your fashion footprint. It's kind of like a wake-up call, you know? Like, I thought I was doing pretty good, but then I saw my number and was like, okay, I need to step it up. The good news is that ThredUp doesn't just leave you hanging with this scary number. They also give you personalized tips on how to reduce your impact. They might suggest things like shopping secondhand more often, hello ThredUp, renting clothes for special occasions, or even just doing laundry less often. Yeah, apparently washing our clothes less can actually make a difference. Who knew? I know it sounds kind of gross, but like, if it helps the planet, I'm down to air out my jeans a few times. The ThredUp calculator is awesome because it's so user-friendly and it really breaks down the impact of our choices. Plus, they have a bunch of other resources on their website about sustainable fashion, so you can totally nerd out and learn even more. Like, did you know that the fashion industry is responsible for like 10% of global carbon emissions? It's wild. But yeah, ThredUp is doing amazing things to promote sustainability, and their calculator is a great place to start if you're looking to make a difference. It's like a small step for you, but a giant leap for the planet or something like that. Okay, I'm done with the cheesy quotes. Let's move on to the next calculator. All right, so next up we have Eco-Age's Fashion Footprint Calculator. Eco-Age is like this super cool organization that's all about promoting sustainability in the fashion industry. They work with brands, designers, and even celebrities to make fashion more eco-friendly. Their calculator is a little more in-depth than ThredUp's, but it's still super easy to use. It's designed for both individuals and businesses, which is cool because it means that everyone can get involved. The calculator looks at things like the materials your clothes are made from, where they were produced, and how you care for them. It also takes into account things like transportation and packaging, which are often overlooked. Like, have you ever thought about how far your clothes have traveled to get to you? It's kind of insane when you think about it. Anyway, once you've answered all the questions, the Eco-Age calculator gives you a score and tells you how you compare to other people. It's like a little competition, but for a good cause, you know? But it's not just about the score. The calculator also provides you with a ton of helpful tips on how to reduce your impact. They might suggest things like choosing clothes made from sustainable materials, supporting ethical brands, or even just repairing your clothes instead of throwing them away. I feel like our grandparents' generation was so much better at this whole mending thing. Like, they used to darn their socks and sew buttons back on. We're so quick to just toss things out these days. But honestly, repairing our clothes is such a simple way to make them last longer and reduce waste. Plus, it's kind of therapeutic, you know? Like putting on your favorite playlist and just like getting crafty with your clothes. Okay, maybe that's just me. Anyway, the Eco-Age calculator is an awesome tool for anyone who wants to learn more about the impact of their fashion choices and take steps to be more sustainable. It's like a choose-your-own-adventure for a greener wardrobe. Okay, so this last calculator is a little different. It's called OpenCode2.net S Textile Industry Calculator, and it's specifically designed for people who work in the fashion industry, like brands and manufacturers. I know, most of you watching this probably aren't designing your own clothing lines, but if you are, hit me up. But even if you're not a fashion insider, I still think it's important to know about this calculator because it gives you a behind-the-scenes look at the environmental impact of the clothes we buy. Like, ever wonder how much water it takes to make a pair of jeans? Spoiler alert, it's a lot. The Openco2.net calculator is super detailed and technical. It uses something called the greenhouse gas protocol, which sounds super official and sciencey. Basically, it's a way to measure and track greenhouse gas emissions. The calculator looks at every stage of a garment's life cycle, from the raw materials to the manufacturing process to the transportation and even the end of life. It's kind of crazy how much goes into making the clothes we wear. The goal of this calculator is to help brands identify areas where they can reduce their environmental impact, like maybe they can switch to more sustainable materials or find ways to use less energy in their factories. I think it's so cool that there are tools out there like this that are helping the fashion industry become more sustainable. It's like finally people are starting to realize that we can't keep treating the planet like our own personal garbage dump. Okay, that was a little intense. But seriously, even though this calculator is designed for businesses, I still think it's important for all of us to be aware of it. Because when we know better, we can do better, right? We can support brands that are making an effort to be more sustainable, and we can demand better from the fashion industry as a whole. So there you have it, your crash course in fashion carbon footprint calculators. I hope you guys found this video helpful and maybe even a little bit inspiring. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by all the problems in the world, but it's important to remember that we can make a difference, even in small ways. Like just by being more aware of the impact of our fashion choices and using one of these calculators, we're taking a step in the right direction. And who knows, maybe we'll even inspire some of our friends and family to do the same. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos on sustainable living, fashion, and all that good stuff. And be sure to let me know in the comments which calculator you're going to try out.